I think we're live right now. I'm doing a test. Yeah. Do you want to test it out? I'm trying to send a link over to you. I think I'm okay. I have to record here at Stom, and this one's live, but I don't have. I can't seem to. Okay. I'm gonna message this to you. I hope the audio is good too here because a lot of noise. That's my cell phone, but it's from a hotspot there. So I need it as close as possible just to ensure the best quality. And if two people are watching, right? Go back there. Even over there, it's better reception. I think we'll just go to the reception. Throw from here to there. Oh, wait, now we're back up. Looks like we're back up. Let's just leave it closed. I want to get as high quality as from here to there as possible. We should leave it here. Put it on top of the backpack or something. Yeah. I mean, I can take it home. When do you take it? Shoot video. If you want. I mean, I never say no, don't shoot. Yeah, here. Yeah, that's good. That's what you have. Yeah, look at this. Oh, you didn't see the closer. Yeah, I can see what I wanted to. Why don't you text Ruffle or something and see if she can see it? Let me move this over a little bit because it's the wire's right in my shot. So I have a wireless mic up there. So you definitely should I keep this up here? I just leave it there. We're rolling right now, so then check yours. Reconnect here. It's too bad. This is going to be an issue we're going to have.
Should I flip the camera back so you don't make it? So that's what we have. And then
gentlemen, I may have your attention, please. On behalf of the family of Eliyahu Ben Yosef, Edward Abramson, we thank you for joining us today. Services today will be led by Rabbi Yaakov Van. I'm going to ask everybody, take your cell phones out, make sure that they are either off or on vibrate. Thank you. Rabbi Van.
Eliyahu Ben Yosef, Ed, our hero. There was no escaping that appellation for you in the eyes of all of us. And even though you did not like being called a hero, it is indeed how all of us see you. A few years ago, at our Hanukkah celebration at the Commons in Calabasas, our shul recognized you with the Heroes of Freedom Award for your dedication as a soldier serving the United States, the Jewish people, and the free world in fighting evil as part of that greatest generation. But your heroism for all of us did not end in 1945, but was just the beginning. I remember joining yourself with Chumi and Ushi to Calabasas 23 years ago. And I was taken then and since by your dedication to Judaism and your determination to follow your religious journey and Jewish law wherever it will take you. Together with your Ashes Chayil June, I remember giving Torah classes at your home, and that was one of many classes that you went to throughout the week. And your love of Torah and dedication to mitzvos only grew stronger year to year. Ed, you are our hero in Torah. For June and you, Ed, like fine wine, you only got better with time in your dedication to Judaism. You moved to the city so the walk to shul could be done often and with ease, as how could you not be at shul? And how you davened, slowly, word by word. And you are our hero in davening. Eliyahu Ben Yosef, you established a family whose hallmark is Avas Chesed, loving kindness. Your brand of Chesed was one done without fanfare or seeking recognition. I personally saw and can attest how this trademark of Chesed impacted so many people. It was woven into the myriad of actions taken by June and yourself, Michael and Alex, and Tracy and Nigel. Acts of kindness, always done with love, always performed with dignity, always practiced quietly. Ed, you are our hero in Chesed. Ed, I could continue, but as befits a hero, there are many who have so much to say that from the little I mentioned, please extrapolate the much. Like your namesake Eliyahu Anovi, you are our hero in serving Hashem. Nothing deters you when a job must be done. And like Eliyahu Hanavi, who continues to inspire Am Yisrael till today, you, Eliyahu ben Yosef, our Ed, will continue to be our hero and mentor until we are united again together at the end of days. Ask Rabbi Braverman to please come forward.
In the so deeply self-absorbed world in which we spend our days, it's remarkable and refreshing to know people who live by the name of Chazal. You should say little and do much. We live in a time in which people talk endlessly, mostly about themselves. Talk about ourselves, take pictures of ourselves, endlessly curate our lives to the imagination that every aspect of our doing is of unlimited interest to everyone else. Talking, endlessly reflecting in the mirror. And as I say, to find someone apparently from another world, who talked almost never about himself. A generation of people who got up in the morning and did what they had to do and didn't talk about it, and they supported their families and they went off to fight and they bore with it the burden that came with that and the risks and the dangers, because it was just what they were called to do, and they moved on. They did it without asking for a reward or recognition or inviting everyone to comment on it or endlessly passing around photos so everyone could like them and share them, because it was just the business of living. As I was sitting with Jacob just for a moment before we began, Jacob told me a story he heard from Ed once after D-Day, when he had to sleep in a trench in Normandy, and he woke up in the morning and he couldn't move his legs because his pants had frozen solid. Just one instant in that slog to which we attribute to heroism, but the people in those days just considered what you had to do. Eliyahu Esses told me once that he'd never heard people talk about being Moser Nefesh for Klal Yisrael until they came to America. In Russia, if you had to travel for 3 hours by train to go to the mikveh, you did it because that's what it meant to keep the mitzvah. If there was no food that was available to keep kosher, you ate whatever you could do. Because that was just, in America, people talk about being Moser Nefesh, and what they mean is, I've been slightly inconvenienced. We had a great deal of recognition for, as I say, the small degree to which we inconvenience ourselves, whether for others or for carrying out what the Almighty has asked of us. But Ed was not of that world or of that generation. He was of, as I say, that generation that got up and did what they had to do and didn't ask for praise or recognition and didn't talk about it. It was just the business of being a man. It says in the Chumash, in the end of the sixth day, it says that the Almighty looked at all that he had done and it was very good. And I'll say what was so particularly good to distinguish the sixth day from the creation of the days previously. As I'll say death. Death is what it was that was so particularly good that it merited being identified in that way. And there are different ways to explain why death might be particularly good. From an abstract, Kabbalistic point of view, it may be because death is the transition to another stage of our life in which all of the distractions which interfere with the most intimate and direct communion with God, we shed and we move on to engage and to become immersed and to lose our own selves in the infinity of God. And that death invites us to examine our lives and to live in the most meaningful way possible, which we would not be led to do if we had all of time. And the extent to which our lives are good, which has been so good to us. This moment, we stop and we celebrate Ed's life, and is an invitation to all of us to make that own accounting for ourselves. sense of perspective about our own lives. And we should ourselves resolve to absorb that example and to live a life in which we will talk less, do more, by a sense of responsibility, which we lose all attention to ourselves and do what is needed from us, for family, for country, for the Jewish people, and for the Almighty.
Rabbi Seidenfeld.
The last mitzvah for Torah. It's the last mitzvah. 613th. But here's the thing. People, the greatest tzaddikim, the most magnificent scholars, dead and alive, never wrote a Sefer Torah. It's a mitzvah that precious few ever do. So how are we supposed to satisfy that mitzvah? They're doing the one. That resonates with me most deeply is that you become a Sefer Torah. You become a walking, breathing Sefer Torah. So that when people see you, they say, the Zos HaTorah. That's what Torah produces. You live it, you walk it, you breathe it. Ed was that. Ed was that. So, I just want to close by offering some measure of nechama, comfort to the family. And this is an idea that just came to me yesterday in my car as I was just composing what I wanted to say and just composing myself. The word for a funeral in Hebrew is Levaya. In Lashon Kodesh, in Hebrew, words are very definitive. They completely grasp the essence of whatever they're describing. Levaya means to be malavis, to escort. So we're here. Lord, there's a lot of nechama there. But the idea that came to me that I never thought of before, and this I offer to the family, to June, to Tracy, to Michael, to the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, is that perhaps in addition to us escorting him, he will continue, no doubt, to escort you through your lives. His strength, his smile, his love, his determination, his essence, his being, everything about him will escort you. And I have no doubt that his neshama will have the deepest aliyah through the lives of those that he left behind.
Nigel.
So it said that
this moment for a long time. You know, my father-in-law, we recently celebrated his 97th birthday, and it was fantastic, and we really enjoyed it. We took some pictures, we put it on Facebook. I thought I had a lot of friends on Facebook. You know, when I go surfing, or I do this, or I do that, or I go to Poland, or take a trip, I get a couple likes. I put my father-in-law's picture, and I've got hundreds of likes, congratulations, and all of these things. It takes my father-in-law to bring that. I'm coming from, thank you, Rabbi Braverman, and thank you, Rabbi Seinfeld, and thank you all for being here. I met my wife. She brings me to the house in the valley in Encino and says, and the first thing he says, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I'm a hairdresser." Oi! And my wife knows, "You gonna marry a fagala?" Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, all of a sudden I had to prove myself, and you know, it was scary, you know, because he often says to June, "What's that?" You know, and it startles everybody, but that's kind of him. That's the way he is. But as I got to know him, we discovered more of common interests. We discovered clothes, watches, cars. Many of you might know he had Jensen Interceptors and Mercedes and Porsches and all these fancy cars, and he and I would discuss Ferraris and Lamborghinis and the new Teslas and what do you think of that design. And we all plans. He was big on garden, and we did a few years ago our first bonsai together. A little nursery must have taken before we found the right juniper for the proper bonsai. And, where I went to the nursery, and early on when we had one of our homes in Woodland Hills, he says, "You know, I can trim that and make it really nice. It'll look really good." Oh, okay. A few days later, I said, "Yeah, that'd be great." So he comes over, he begins to clip. The tree turns into like nothing on it. And I said, "Dad, oh, it's a couple of we'll live here that long." That was, you know, he was really something. And we went recently to a Japanese garden. So where people bring their plants there when they go on vacation, like a pet, and they watch them. So we walk around there. My wife's saying, "Cut." But I have to tell you, we saw plants there were years old. And it was unbelievable. So we had a really great day. We took pictures, Facebooked ourselves, selfies. The whole thing was really nice. Really enjoyed it. We 10 years ago, the girls and I, and we went to Disneyland. He did the log ride. We get a picture of him, you know, doing this thing, going straight down. I mean, he was already in his late 80s. He's an amazing guy. He was a role model to me. Started giving advice. I knew it. Little by little, as I got older and older, his advice was actually real. He helped me in years. Great sounding board, and you know, solidly good advice. He helped me negotiate. He taught me that I wouldn't have learned. And I had one later, and it was a really great thing. Our long walks, an hour and a half the other way. And I used to 90% of the time. And it was a hard walk for him. It was hard for all of us, and it was hot. But the time we spent together talking about things on our long walks back and forth, even though we were both sweating while we were here doing this, it was, it was a big learning experience for me, and a big how I got to know him. You might have known he was very physically fit, so one day we worked out together. He invited me to a club in Calabasas where we went and worked out. And he says, you want me to show you my routine? I said, sure. So he starts off with 200 sit-ups. Going, 200 sit-ups? Do 20. And then he does the pull-ups, and then he does this. And he says, hurry up, come on over here. And I'm like, gasping for air. I thought it was in good shape until I was worked out with him. Joined LA Fitness. And he worked out. People used to follow him around in the gym. Why is it something he still should know? He only gave up working out just a few months ago. Twice a week and follow him around. And he has stolen his very favorite gym bag that he's had for ages. And he was very upset, told us about it. And I looked to see the advice, and I brought him all over. Do this, it's not the right thing. He was very upset. And several weeks passed. Some people in the gym came up to him and said, these group, probably 70-year-olds, 60. A really bad day last week, and this day will be better for you. So they give him a card with, I don't know, a few $100s in there to go buy. I thought, oh my God, this is unbelievable. And I said to Tracy, I said, God passed and not had that, but he was around to see that because he was very upset. You have to know it was because of that somebody would have stolen something and done this, and whatever the reasons were, he saw these humankind. On this, all of what on high holidays, together at age, now the community shul, and one of his favorite to eat around me, Michael, and now, and I knew one day that would end, and I'm so glad I was able to do it recently. We had a tenuous relationship in the beginning. It got probably about 10 years ago, he said to me, I want you to call me Dad. And it was, it was like out of left field. I don't know. Anyway, I'll miss you, Dad. And even though you're not here, your memory will be honored.
One of the most precious diamonds in the facets of life was when great-grandchildren, and I came a little when Tova, when they were little, watching and Tova, and watching things to transmission. And ask Jenna to please come forward.
entire life. And I never thought that I would have to say goodbye. I've always been and always will be my hero. I express the words how special you were to me. You were strong in every sense of the word, both physically and emotionally. Fighter. Until the last moments of your life. My love for fitness and exercise definitely comes from your genes. I always were that you still go to the gym. It could probably do more push-ups and pull-ups than I could do on my best day. Your strength is such an inspiration, and only hope that with Hashem's help, I will be in as good of a shape as you were when I get to be your age. For those of you who have known me long enough, you may remember when I spoke at my shared one another was the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. The two match made in heaven. With such a small family, look at the beautiful legacy that you created for us. You were the one, Laura, taking time each week to come to the house. I appreciated it more so now. My children were beyond lucky to have you as their altars aide. The connection you had with and great-grandchildren was incredible. You had a special relationship with each and every one of us. Last night, our little Rocky saw a photo and said, "That's my ZD, ooh, ooh." A nickname that he made for him recently. All of my children loved you so much, always wanting to call you and loving you for a visit. Bella will forever cherish the rainbow painting you made for her. I have countless memories that I will hold close. So many together. There was my parents or at yours and Nan's home. I always think of chocolatey dessert, thinking how much you would like it. I love to eat our meals together. I would watch after you like. You would say, "Perfect, thank you, Jen." It made me so used to the way. Made me laugh, never beating around the bush, saying your opinion and how things were. Genuine. Such energy and excitement you have at times. The same energy as someone who was 20 years to take me to Lake in Calabasas and we would skip rocks together. The type of rock to use in exactly the right angle to throw it so it would skip. Together we would count how many skips. I can still close my eyes and be standing there with you. I love the times you would take me to lunch in my younger years, all the way from Pico, or whether it was driving in your late hour for sunglasses. Every time we spent together was special. We would talk hard and laugh, and there was nothing I felt I couldn't tell you. Although I know it wasn't easy for you to speak about it, I thank you for sharing your wars with me. I love stations, whether I would call just to say hello, Travis, or if you could point me in the right direction with something that I needed. I will always hear your voice, either, "Hi, Jen," or, "Is this the one and only Hannah Rose?" Every time I saw you, you always looked so handsome and sharp. Your clothes did not have a wrinkle. Your shirts perfectly. Even in your garden clothes, you still looked great. It's been said that girls tend to marry men who are. Forgive me, Daddy, but I realized that I married someone in many ways who was like you. I thank Hashem for all the time we did together. I feel like close, but of course I can never have moved far away from you. I still can't believe that I won't be able to.
Tracy.
Thank you for coming. I'm going to read June's speech first, Father. When people heard the secret to a long life, he would say, marriage, secret of a marriage, love. Our life together was one affair that became richer and deeper with age. How blessed we are, every thought and feeling. Nothing was left unsaid. He was the righteous guardian of our family, always with good advice, timely interventions, wise in stating the facts of how our lives would be and where we should live. He knew the right way. And because he was usually, he could always back with the Torah message. When we lost, such a shock that I didn't really get over the numbness until after the Shiva. This time to come to transfer to Gan Eden, to have many hours of love and quiet time together. The most trying circumstances with him, and he strengthened me. More needed, valuable, and more loved than in the final hours when I could relive our beautiful life. Good ear to remember much meaning, and he heard it all. So, a beautiful man is my husband, the love of my life. All times, but the big but is that he's soaring with the aim, and is so hurts me. My beautiful man will be in front of the ultimate judge, and I'm positive he'll be received with love, joy, reward. Together again, my love, over the horizon, so close. Like you, wife, June. Okay. It's just making me smile looking at all of you because I hear from my dad. You're my friends, and we share this same, and it's like people. All they do is complain and talk about. This is the day that we never want to hear. Something we can't put into words. This is how I learned. As a little girl, I admire my dad's honesty and to speak up. Said it like it was. This went on, and I listened to his growth in Torah. The number one value is never change. We can improve traits. We can take on more good deeds, our mitzvahs. And most importantly, learn how to open our hearts, expand, and try to be humble and vulnerable. I watched as he gave all of advice on what he had learned that week in the Torah in a real He was living testimony change can happen. I witnessed this firsthand when my brother Michael took my dad to Israel. To a new person. It had never. Before, he was a happier person. And sage advice became better and even stronger. His care even better. Our relationship better. And my sweet daddy became me, which took on a whole new meaning in my life. As I watched this transformation before my very eyes in this very strong man, it was quite extraordinary and very admirable. And I listened as he guided my two daughters, Bracha and Jenna, on the path of Torah. He diligently read to them from the little Midrash says, starting when they were only 7 years old. As I listened, with my ear pushed against the door, it helped me to become a better, and for Nigel and I to make better decisions for our daughter's future. We're grateful to you. Torah is a gift. It's not or a set of traditions. It's how we chose to live our life fully and completely. Through this, my dad changed the destiny of our whole family. And because of him making that decision to take on a complete Torah lifestyle, Nigel and I are blessed with many grandchildren. And my dad and Jude have many great-grandchildren. As my father grew in his Torah knowledge and observance, so did his marriage with his beloved wife, Jude. They were able to see life through the prism of Torah. They fully realized that this was the greatest gift to receive, more precious than diamonds. We take with us in the world to come, nothing else. I'm almost done. When my dad took on the mitzvahs, it was with a full heart. This very strength was displayed in every breath of his life, in his work, surviving the front lines of World War II, several terminal illnesses, and near-fatal accidents. He would live to 120. How could he not? He just kept going, getting better and more wise. And this is the final chapter. It was death. It was not his fall. It was not his 3 surgeries, ICU, infection, everything. This was all his personal divine plan, all the way it was meant to be. I was able to see right before my very eyes my sweet, a real fight, like he never fought before, with continued dignity, courage. But then the Almighty said, "Stop fighting, Edward. It's time to..." And with the help of Hashem and the most devoted and loving wife by his side, speaking words of love and Jenna, Bracha, Moshe, Michael and Alex's tale, and the devotion, care, and love of my husband. I know this is what kept you going for days and days. This was all in Eliyahu ben Yosef's personal divine plan. All the doctors, and then a mirror of very eyes. His leg was completely healed. 3 of his doctors said he can stand again. How can that be? God, open miracle. Then, all at the right time, the gentle and soft wind of Hashem's breath came calling, one at a time. God took on the 6th of Adar, Moshe Rabbeinu's birthday. And Yortzeit. This was his team. And his leg was completely healed. Baruch Hashem. Stand in front of the Almighty, complete and strong, with dignity. The dignity he's always had. I will forever be grateful to you, Dad, teacher, role model, inspiration. Throughout my entire, I will hold tight to everything I watched and listened to. I'm going to miss talks, our private jokes. I will miss our visits on Friday. My blessing, my bracha you gave me up. Your strong but gentle hands resting on my head, whispering in my ear. And I will miss him, hearing him say, "Take me home, June." Exactly. She took you home. Goodbye, my precious Daddy. I love you.
So, I have nothing. Love. And if we don't fully honor you, we are eulogies. Our apologies. Please accept them. Place the Almighty. The Almighty is the place. That means in this highly elevated moment, from the time of the passing through the Shiva, through the entire 11 months of Kaddish life, we should take little lessons. We can learn from Zedi Eliyahu, alter Zedi. And the men are all in the same really different place. It's Hamako. We're also focused on the eternal enemy of the Jewish people, tried to kill my father through the accursed Germans in World War II, as you heard. He was wounded, he survived, endured. My grandfather before the problems of war from what is hurtful to teach her that. My father, my uncle, my aunt, with just a faint echo. And my father was 5 or 6 moving in New York, where my grandfather was a tailor. There was no shoe because they couldn't pay the membership, so my father never had a bar mitzvah. Kashrus began. People brought in non-kosher. What else there was fell apart. There was no unity, couldn't belong, they couldn't have an full membership. So, as it does, as he does, the wicked influence. I had 2 children, Michael and Ed, and my So there were 6 of us cousins. All the other cousins either didn't marry or intermarried. They died out without anybody. Zadie, older Zadie, has 5 grandchildren and 16 great-grandchildren. Last count, 2 of them born just within the last 3 months. All, each and every one, FF, from birth. 16 great-grandchildren. He loved them and lived to see them all. One of the high point, it was the high point of his life as well. Tova's first son's bris, Avrami, he was about 86 years old at the time, and June Zacia's Kyle let him go and said, please, take care of him. So I held his hand, held his arm. Did you get the day before the bris? On one side, the other side of the table sits my son-in-law Shmuel's grandmother, planting the seed of the Torah. That's the triumph of a monarch. That is the true soldier. That is the true character. Now, how did that happen? I'm going to give you a few. You've heard a lot of this. I'm learning 35 years ago. Heard from one of the Aish rabbis, it is a tremendous opportunity to bring your family closer. And if you can do that with your parents, then it's a tremendous honor. It's such a wonderful, warm relationship with my father. Punished by him, we always got exercise partners, lots of robust debate along. It's never any real anger, lots of disagreements, but always love. Always been close. He retired. This was age 70 or so, 1983. I was just began learning about my river. 3 or 4 people in the class. So I said, come on, Dad. I'll bring over. He didn't saw leadership. Indeed, now, as I was growing up, we lived within walking distance of the temple. On the valley, used to walk there, go to Sunday school. I began learning with him. Psychology, very history, interested in many subject areas, as you heard. He liked it. But like everyone's a group act, that's hard for everybody. I'll eat what I want to do, as though. And as I grew, I said, this is so important, I have to share it with him. And if it's good enough for me, it is certainly good enough I love. Indeed, if I'm living it, love, they would. As Rabbi Blessed Mary said, "Bring me, or more." And I was 6, 7 years old at the time. We would say, come on, I'll take a shower. So I said, okay, fine. Then I called on Hal, chiropractor. I said, come to the davening, put on the tefillin, and I'll take you for a special treat afterwards. What's the treat? He was like this. Get a special massage. And that was a sort of a turning point. But then, we sort of lopped along a little bit, do a little bit. Then, his Ashes Kyle, and this is like Rabbi Akiva, everything that's his belongs to her. I said, let's go to Israel together. Ashes has these wonderful trips. We do meet Rabbi Weinberg, the Blessed Memory, we go to the Kotel, all the wonderful. So, and of course, he spent Shabbos at the Kotel. A nice chassid took him by the arm right after he got up from the davening, talking to him in Yiddish, Stroimel, come sit by me. Brings him up this little stone steps to the apartment. There's about 20, 30, 40 people there. Open house, and he serves the children and a little bit of Yerushalmi kugel and a little bit of sweet Yerushalmi wine. Doesn't really speak any English. He's holding my father's hand, holding him. My father starts crying and crying and crying. These are the people I remember seeing when I was. That's what he said. And from that time on, he already liked history a lot. In fact, he was going to be a history teacher originally. So, as a part of my interaction, learning with him, I said, I found something great for you. Here is a Jewish historian, a Jewish barrel wine. I gave him the tapes. He listened. Wow, this is fantastic. You don't. He has one Adam and Eve, and Adam and Chava, all the way up to Israel. One in the 1980s, 500 tapes. So I gave him a few hundred tapes. He listened to them. So what happens? Shows when a person makes a little step, what happens? 2 or 3 years. Translations are up. Barrel wine comes to Calabasas. That's within walking distance. So I say, you've got to go to this event. Barrel wine, who you heard the tapes from. So, somewhat excited and somewhat skeptical at the same time because he sees what's coming. Okay, I'll come. So, to make a long story short, the community, and of course again, Alex, myself, we brought our now somewhat grown secret weapon, Tova, who was about 11, 12 years old at the time. And we go out there and stay with them, with dear June and Dad, and have a Shabbos. And everything you heard from a man who's now 76, 77 years old, walking up that hill in Calabasas where they had the school, the Laurel-based school, and that's in the summer. I'm schwitzing, he's schwitzing, the people in their cars. There's a lot of Yidden out there. Shabbat Shalom. You see, as I'm wearing a hat, he's wearing his nice suit. Shabbat Shalom. Every other car. But another great hashgacha practice that took place in the meantime. Very was in the furniture business, appreciated the arts. So through business, I met a few people. So he was quite reluctant because Calabasas is so beautiful. Pico is a lot smaller and more compact. So after a while, he decided, now, how did it? Sold it, had more than enough money to come and set himself up in Pico, where he's been for the past 10, 11 years. Then he really began to take off. He read through and learned through the entire Sefer HaChinuch. That means each one of the 613 mitzvahs, with the reason for it, and a little bit of the halachas, and where it applies in the Gemara. Talk about growing wisdom. He basically covered, in that Sefer HaChinuch, the entire Torah. It hits all the major ideas in the Torah. Rabbi Simcha Weinberg. Rabbi Pinchas type nights of blessed memory for those you know. And then we moved up to Gemara. We did the entire Masechta of Rosh Hashanah. And he talked about his love of plants. There's lots of interesting sub Gemara. One of them in Rosh Hashanah is how the plants are planted when we count the year for Revi, for Levaya, and for Truma. And so he knew all about how the plants sprout. So he related to this. What's a sapling? When you cut the plant for this year or that year, he related to it perfectly. Just like for the last few parts in Shmos, when people lays out the details of building the Mishkan, the sockets, the curtains, the cabinet, the woodwork. Did you read that? Marshall, Michael, look at the details of how they put the Mishkan together. It's perfect architecturally. He understood that. He made a labored seer. I will never forget this. In Masechta Rosh Hashanah. He was laboring because by that time his breath was getting short. It's hard to talk for a good part of a half. He summarized the whole Masechta, every subject, from the renewal of the moon to the planting, how we do Truma, how we do Meiser, the prayers of Rosh Hashanah. Finished that, and then we went into Sanhedrin. He used to walk to Eshet Torah, and he walked back in the afternoon. We could learn for an hour. He couldn't walk anymore, so I walked to his house. He was always sitting there, open Gemara, ready with the questions. Review this all. My dear sister is right. He changed completely. He got wisdom and the love that he developed everywhere. May we see him, please? Immediately following, we will be going to these doors. Those who would like to walk behind the coach, please follow behind. Allow the family
civil information.